How is it going, everyone? The PlayStation Store is, of course, running its gargantuan Black Friday sale right now. A lot of great deals available. I know some of you guys are a little bit down on it, but I've been looking through it, and on the cheaper side of things, there's some really good deals buried a little bit deeper in the pages. However, in this video, I want to highlight games under the price of $20. We're not going to go under $10 because that video is still to come later this week. But the under $20 range also offers a ton of value and a ton of great titles. And none of these games are from the under $20 sale. They're from the Black Friday sale that just kicked off and that will be ending on November the 29th. So without further ado, let's get right into it. And let's start things off with a game I think a lot of you guys have. But the fact is, it's hitting a lower price point, and that is Red Dead Redemption 2. Typically, we don't mention this game in our under $20 videos or our cheaper budget videos because, well, it doesn't go on sale for deeper than like $25, but at $19.79, RDR2 is a tremendous game. Yes, I harp on the fact there is no PlayStation 5 upgrade. If there was a PlayStation 5 upgrade, I would just say this is the best deal in the entire sale, but that being said, still plays at 30 frames per second on PS5, but RDR2 is still a fantastic game with one of the most likable main characters, a great narrative, so much content, and just an enjoyable game all around. Obviously, Red Dead Online is kind of a meme, but the campaign of Red Dead Redemption 2 is tremendous. $19.79, that's a buy on my end. Next up, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection, 60% off for $19.99. So initially when this got announced and then we got the price point, it was just like, what are we doing here? But you did have the option to upgrade if you owned the physical copy or digital copy of Uncharted 4. I think you could pay like $5 or $10, and then you just got the Legacy of Thieves collection. Regardless, now that this collection is down to $19.99, I think it's a pretty solid pickup, all things considered. You get Uncharted 4, you get Lost Legacy, the game is upgraded. I've actually been playing through Uncharted 4 recently on the PC. I got a little sidetracked with it, but man, Uncharted 4 is a lot better than I even remember it for. I know people have their issues with the story of the game, but I think from a gameplay standpoint, pacing standpoint, visual standpoint, it's a really strong game and isn't usually heralded at the level of the premier PlayStation exclusives like your God of Wars and whatnot, but I think Uncharted 4 is right there, and this collection for 20 bucks, pretty good buy. Go check it out. Next up, we have Weird West, 50% off for $19.99. This is a game I did a full review on, so you can check that out if you're interested. To put it short, it's a game that has a ton of replay value, a ton of decision making, which, you know, leads the game to being very replayable. Gameplay is enjoyable at times, definitely a little bit buggy when I played it around the time it came out. Narratively, it's a pretty interesting world, and there's a lot of little things you do that have, again, drastic impacts towards the entirety of the game. The studio, Wolfenstein Studios, they've been doing a pretty good job in continually updating the game and, you know, fixing up issues and everything like that. I think $19.99 is a pretty good price. Like, it's a lengthy game. You'll spend, you know, 30, 35 hours with the game, and it is incredibly replayable, so you can check it out multiple times as well. $19.99, again, I think it's a good buy. Next up, was really happy to see this deal. Ruined King, a League of Legends story, 50% off for $14.99. Now, you can think League of Legends is the most toxic game in the world, and, you know, I'm not even going to argue with you on that. I have some of my boys that are still super into League, and, I mean, they start fights among each other with how much they get a little offended over things they do in League. Nonetheless, League does have a vast lore and roster of characters that they can delve into, and Ruined King, a League of Legends story does that pretty darn well. You know, it's a solid turn-based RPG with some pretty unique mechanics as well. The story is really good, and if you played League in the past, if you have any attachment towards the characters, you have those characters that you'll find pretty interesting. And even if you have never played League, the characters are so diverse, they have such cool looks and everything like that, that I think you're gonna get into it regardless. For $14.99, I think it's a great price, and I would really recommend it. Like, $15 is the perfect price for a game like this, and again, a game that is a little bit on the lengthier side, so you're gonna get your money's worth out of it. Alright, next up we have the Hazelight Bundle, 67% off for $19.79. This includes It Takes Two and A Way Out. Both of these games are, of course, co-op only. However, when you buy these games, you get a friend pass that you can invite a friend to play the game with you for free. So, really unique way and really cool way of doing a co-op title where, yes, it's co-op only, but they make it easy, so you only have to buy the game once. Both games are really good. A Way Out, I loved from a narrative standpoint. I thought it was just great, and, you know, the twists and turns that game took, I thought were really well done. It Takes Two, pretty good title as well. Look, if you're looking for co-op titles, these are some of the best on the market, and I think you're going to enjoy them. Hazelight has really crafted a unique niche for themselves within the gaming market, and I think they've kind of, you know, surpassed that niche, because now these games are, like, pretty well known. It Takes Two won a lot of Game of the Year awards the year it came out. I want to say 2019 or 2020. But yeah, for sub 20 bucks to get both, that's really solid. Next up, Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, $19.99. I should note that this is PS5 only. If you only have a PS4, or you want to just save some money, Devil May Cry 5 and Virgil, I think it is. Yeah, that is 67% off for $9.89. So that might be the route you want to go if you have a PS4, or you just want to save some money. Look, Devil May Cry 5 is an awesome action game with a great soundtrack, great gameplay, and it is so fast-paced, so over the top that I think it's an action game everybody should check out. Personally speaking, I never got into the narrative of Devil May Cry, and I, like, tried to really get into it, especially when I picked up DMC4. I picked that up right when it came out in 2008, I want to say. But, never really hooked me, but I do know the games have, like, stories that people get really into, so, like, you know, you might think differently on that end than I do, but from a gameplay standpoint, it absolutely won me over. 20 bucks for it. I think that's a great price. Next up, we have the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Anniversary Edition, $19.99. Now, of course, Skyrim Special Edition just got added to PlayStation Plus Extra, so if you do want to play Skyrim, you can avoid the Anniversary Edition and play that, and that's fine. This, I think, is a pretty good deal, though. You get it upgraded on the PlayStation 5, and you got a lot of additional content, Creation Club content, and Skyrim's just a game that I always loved. Like, I played this game on the PlayStation 3 back in 2011 when it was a complete atrocity on that platform. It was like the worst version, I want to say, of the three major platforms it initially released on. So many bugs, so many glitches, but, I was still just so enamored by that game, and back in the day, I didn't really have a keen eye to notice, like, real, like, frame rate hiccups and things like that. Now, I'll definitely notice that, but nonetheless, Skyrim for 20 bucks, it's always going to be a good pickup. It's always an easy recommendation. Go check it out. Next up, we have Alan Wake Remastered, 50% off for $14.99. I am pretty vocal about the fact that I think Control is the best game that Remedy has done, but man, let's not get it twisted. Alan Wake is a pretty solid game as well. This remastered version looks a bit better. It's not revolutionizing the visuals of the game, but it definitely looks better. Narratively, the game's really good. You got the DLC here. I know some people weren't that hot on the gameplay, and yeah, I don't think it's blowaway, and that's definitely why I enjoyed Control more than Alan Wake, but it's still a fine third-person title. Like, I still think that's not going to be that deterring for anybody, and 15 bucks for Alan Wake I think is a good buy, so yeah, check it out. Again, you got the DLC there as well. Next up, we got the Tomb Raider Definitive Survivor Trilogy, 60% off for $19.99. You guys know me. These Tomb Raider games are my jam. Ever since that 2013 reboot, Tomb Raider is legitimately among, like, my top 3 to 5 gaming franchises that are going on right now. There are games that, you know, much like Assassin's Creed did for me back in the day, that whenever there's a new Tomb Raider game coming out that's of this style, I'm like, okay, that's a game that I'm definitely going to enjoy. Tomb Raider 2013 was fantastic. It's on the shorter side. You can complete it rather quickly. There are optional tombs and everything like that. Rise of the Tomb Raider opens it up a little bit more and definitely has more content, and in my opinion, the best game of the trilogy. I just think it's a really, really well-made game. And then Shadow of the Tomb Raider is really good as well. And look, SOTR for me at launch, I had a lot of criticism towards it because the DLC plan for Shadow of the Tomb Raider was, like, wild, but with this, you get the definitive edition that includes the DLC, so that's fine, that's not a big deal. Narratively, SOTR has its issues as well, but gameplay-wise, it's a really, really strong Tomb Raider experience. All three for 20 bucks, I think it's a really good buy. I would check it out, so yeah, obviously, if you own one of the games, the value of this bundle kind of, you know, diminishes, but if you have never played the game, it's definitely worthwhile. Next up, this deal's insane. Wolfenstein Alternate History Collection for $11.99. What? Like, I feel like it might be the best deal in this entire sale, and I probably wouldn't go that far just because the quality levels of these games are strong, but there's stronger games on sale. But value-wise, all the content you're getting, okay, so $12 gets you Wolfenstein The New Order, Wolfenstein The Old Blood, Wolfenstein 2 The New Colossus, and Wolfenstein Youngblood. Youngblood is memes, but all three of the other games for $12? Holy hell, that's an insane deal. you know, these are first-person shooters that I think most people are gonna really enjoy. Narratively, like, they get a little bit wacky, but nonetheless, $12, this is like low-key, like this is one of the deals I think people are gonna miss out on, and I just think is a low-key banger. So yeah, I would definitely check this one out. Like, I feel like this has never been that cheap. I feel like it's usually like $15.99 or something like that. Maybe I'm crazy, but $12 to me seems insane for this bundle, and I would definitely give that a look. A lot of great titles there for your dollar. Next up, Death Stranding Director's Cut, 60% off for $19.99. This is available with PlayStation Plus Extra. Death Stranding is a pretty unique game that I know a lot of people are on the opposite sides of the spectrum on. A lot of people think it's incredibly compelling. Narratively, it's super strong. The gameplay is unique. Other people think it's kind of mundane and the gameplay never really gets going. But I thought it was a really unique game, and I think it's a game everybody should at least give a shot to. $20 for the Director's Cut seems really good to me. The PlayStation 5 upgraded version, additional content, I think that's a pretty good buy, and I would check it out. Otherwise, PS Plus Extra got you covered on that, and that is on sale as well. Next up, another really good deal in my opinion, Resident Evil 2 Deluxe Edition for $12.49. I feel like Resident Evil 2 for $12.49 is a damn good deal. Maybe you'll see the base version for like $11.99, I think is the price, but $12.49 with the extra DLC pack, which isn't super notable, but yeah, Resident Evil 2 is an awesome game, so like from that standpoint, you should just play it. Loved it, and hopefully RE4's remake does meet the quality standard of RE2. Lastly, another Resident Evil title, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard Gold Edition. This is down to $15.99. You have the Not a Hero downloadable content on there, and all that content will be available with Resident Evil 7 Biohazard Gold Edition. So RE7 is a game that I often recommend, and the Gold Edition for $15.99, I think that's a pretty darn good deal. So check that out as well. VR support for this game and the VR component's actually pretty good. I had a lot of like my friends that weren't, one in particular that wasn't a casual gamer at all, really get into it, and yeah, they really liked it. So hopefully you guys do too, because I like the VR portion of this game, and definitely adds a bit of immersion that maybe not everybody can handle, but I thought it was pretty cool. So $16 for that. And that's gonna do it for me. Again, as always, links to all of these deals will be in the description box below. I think the sale's getting a little bit of hate. Like, maybe I gotta do the under $10 video, but the under $10 deals I thought were quite good. And then you got stuff like Gotham Knights on sale. Even if that game is a little mid, the fact it's on sale just a few weeks after release, I think that is pretty cool as well. Obviously, a lot of physical deals on top of these digital deals that are running right now, but I know some of you guys exclusively game digitally, so here you go. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.